Good morning, my all dear students. I am Jerry Wheeler, your mathematics teacher for class 9, and today we are going to revise chapter 2, 3, and 4, that is polynomial, coordinate geometry, and linear equations in two variables. Okay, so we'll revise so that we can do better, or you can say best, in unit test first. Okay, so let's start our topic. So in revision, we are going to revise chapter 2nd, that is polynomial, chapter 3rd, that is coordinate geometry, and chapter 4th, that is linear equations in two variables. Linear equations in two variables, we will cover the two topics, that is concept and solutions of linear equations in NCERT till 4.2. Okay, so let's revise these chapters through MCQs questions, multiple choice questions. So we'll solve these questions one by one. Okay, so just move to first question, that is, which of the following expression is a polynomial in one variable? Now, as I told you, polynomial in one variable rules I have explained you in previous video when we have started the chapter, that variable should not be in fractional form. What I told you, the fraction that variable should not be in a fractional form, and the exponent of variable should not be in negative form. Okay, so let's just check the questions here. So we have to tell which of the following is a polynomial in one variable. So just check the first one, x plus 2 upon x plus 3. Here the variable x is in fraction form, so this option can't be the polynomial in one variable. Then move to second part, 3 root x. Again here see, the variable is in under root, so if the variable is under root, so that part also can't be a polynomial. Move to third part, root 2x square minus root 3x plus 6. If we check this part, so we found that here the variable is not in fractional form and the power is also positive. You can see here in C part, and here also the power is positive, and you can say it is not in fractional form also. So we can say that C part is our correct answer. Which part? C part. So we have take this answer, C part is our correct answer. Okay, D part just also check, x raised to the power 10 plus y raised to the power 5 plus 8. As we have talked about polynomial in one variable, there you can see x and y, two variables are there, so this option can't be the answer of this question. So we found our answer, that is C part. Okay, now move to question number 2. Name the type of the polynomial y plus y square plus 4. Now which type of polynomial it is? So it is depend on its degree. As you can see here, the y power 1, the y power 2, the plus 4. So the highest power is what? 2. So when the highest power is 2, so it is of degree of 2, which means that it is which equation? Linear, quadratic, cubic, or biquadratic? So linear means having one power, having highest power as 1. Quadratic means having highest power as 2. Cubic means having highest power as 3. And biquadratic means having highest power as 4. But what is the highest power here? 2. So it should be quadratic. Okay, clear to you or not? Now move to third question. If px equals to x plus 7, just pay attention. If px equals to x plus 7, then px plus p minus x equals to what? So let's solve this question. If px equals to what is given? Px is given x plus 7. We can write here. Okay, px is given x plus 7, and they have given, so find the value of px plus p minus x. So let's find the value of this question. Just check properly here. Px value given x plus 7. So in first place px, we can write x plus 7. Okay, no problem. Then plus sign, write plus sign here. Now then p minus x. It means the x should be here what? Minus. So x is written here, this value px. So we can write minus x in place of x, and plus 7 will come as it is. When we will open the bracket, so what will happen? What will happen? X plus 7 plus minus minus x plus 7. So plus x minus x. So we can cut this one. So what left? 7 plus 7, which means how much? 14. So answer came 14. It means if we add px plus p minus x, so what will come? 14. So just check 14 is coming in options or not? 0, 7 and 14. Yes, we got our answer as part C. Okay, clear to you? Now move to question number 4. What question number 4 says? If px equals to 5x minus 4x square plus 3, then p minus 1 equals 2. So first we will write this equation. What is that equation? 5x minus 4x square plus 3. Okay, and what is they are saying? Find the value of p minus 1. Okay, this one. So if we move this one to that side, at right hand side, so what will happen? P minus 1 equal to 0 we can write, so it will become p equals to 1 na? You can say or not? See, it was written there p plus 1 equals to 0 we can say, so it comes p equals to minus 1. Okay, that's what they have written in this way. You can cut this one, p minus 1. It means in place of x what we have to put? Minus 1. Wherever x is coming we have to put minus 1. Okay, so polynomial is what? Minus 1. So 5 in place of x what we have to write? Minus 1. Then minus x minus 4x square, it means minus 1 square plus 3 equals to 5 into 1 what will come? 5, but sign is minus, so it will come minus 5. Then minus 4, okay, 1 minus 1 square, see, minus 1 multiply by minus 1, so what will come? Minus into minus plus equals to 1 only, because 1 1 is 1, and minus into minus it becomes plus 1, so what comes? Plus 1. So it means 4 multiply by 1 plus 3, okay, so it comes minus 5, 4 1 is 4 only, so it becomes minus 4 only, and plus 3, so minus 5 minus 4, so minus minus plus, it means 5 plus 4 9, but sign will come of minus, plus 3. Now minus plus again what? Minus only, so 9 minus 3 6, but sign will come of the digits which having the bigger number. 9 is bigger number, so what is the sign? Minus, so answer come minus 6. Let's check, minus 6 is given in the options or not? 2 minus 2 6 and minus 6. Yes, minus 6 is given in the option, so our answer is D part, that is minus 6. Now move to question number 5. Question number 5 says that when px equals to x cube minus ax square plus x divided by x minus a, then what will be the remainder? So we have to find the remainder when we are dividing this equation by this one. Okay, now we can use here what? Remainder theorem. What? Remainder theorem. So just write this equation here, x cube minus ax square plus x divided by x minus a. So by using you can say remainder theorem, you can say x minus a equal to 0, which means x equals to a. So in place of x what we can write? A here. So wherever x is coming, what we will write? A. So first this x become a cube, then what is there? Minus a is already there, then multiply by what? X square, which means a square. What? A square. In place of x we have written a square, plus x means plus a only. Okay, so let's see what will come. A cube minus a into a square. See, a into a square. So if you have remember the law of variables, law of exponents chapter, we have learned that if you multiplying a same base having different power, it having power 2 and this a is having power 1, so what will happen? Their power will become add, so we can add this power 1 plus 2, it becomes a cube only. So a into a square means a cube plus a. So now a cube minus a cube, it means it full cut, what left? Plus a, it means only what left? A left. So if we are dividing this by this, so what will left? A left. So a is the remainder. So what is the answer of question number 5? When px equals to x cube minus ax square plus x divided by x minus a, the remainder is a. So our answer is part C. Now move to question number 6. What question number 6 says? Just pay attention. If x is to the power 100 plus 2x is to the power 99 plus k is divisible by x plus 1, then find the value of k. So let's find the value of k here. So in question number 6 this question was given, and they have given that it is divisible by x plus 1. So we can write x plus 1 equal to 0. So in this way we can get the value of x is what? Minus 1. What we can get? Minus 1. Now what we will do, we will put this value minus 1 in this equation. Wherever x coming we will put minus 1. So in place of x raised to the power 100, what we can write here? Minus 1 raised to the power 100. Then plus 2 multiply by minus 1 raised to the power 99, and at last plus k. So see, when the negative number is there and its power is even, so the answer will always come in positive only. Once again I am revising the step. If the negative number is there and its power is even number, 100 is an even number, so its answer always come in positive. So 1. Then 2 into minus 1 raised to the power 99. Here the power is what? Odd number. So we can write plus 2 multiply by minus 1 how many times it have to multiply? 99 times. So it will come minus 1 only plus k. And now what left? See. So 1, 2 into 1, 2 only, but sign will come minus. plus k. Now 1 minus 2 it becomes how much? Minus 1, because 2 minus 1 1, but sign will come off 2 because it is bigger, plus k. Okay, and then we can write what? Equals to 0 only here. So what will come when we move this 1 minus 1 to that side? So it becomes what? K equals to plus 1. What it becomes? K equals to plus 1. Now just check in option 1 is given or not. Question number 6. Yes, 1 is given in A part only. So this is our answer. Now move to question number 7. What question number 7 says? X cube minus 3x square y plus 3xy square minus y cube equals to. So it means they have given our identity and we have to tell, or we have to complete this identity. Okay. Now in chapter 2nd polynomial, I have taught you a topic identities, algebraic identities. In those identities I have taught you some identities. 8 identities I have taught you. I hope you remember them. If you not remember, so once again I am revising you. These are very important entities, because on the basis of those entities you have to solve the questions also, and sometimes they can come in this type of questions. Okay, so just check x cube minus 3x square y plus 3xy square minus y square. Just check identities. This one, x plus y whole square, x cube is not coming here, so it means it is in coming cube only, so it will come afterwards. Entity number 5th, x plus y plus z whole square. No, it is also not there. Now come to cube 1, x plus y cube comes, x cube plus y cube plus 3xy x plus y, but ours is x cube minus 3x square y. Now just check here, x minus y whole square, x cube minus y cube minus 3xy x minus y, or we can say x cube minus 3x square y plus 3x y square minus y square, and the same thing is written here in 7th question, x cube minus 3x square y plus 3xy square minus y cube. So which part is written here? Left side part or right hand side part? It was written right hand side part. So what should be the answer? X minus y whole cube. Just check, x minus y whole cube is there. Yes, it is there. This is the part C. So x minus y whole cube equals to what? X cube minus 3x square y plus 3xy square minus y cube. This is the answer of question number 7th. Now question number 8 says that 104 multiplied by 96 equals to what? Now here we have to use again the identity which we have learned in algebraic identities. 104 into 96. How we can write this 104 in another way? We can write it as 100 plus 4. And how we can write 96? So that we can get a same common value. 100 minus 4. If we write 100 minus 4, so 96 will come and we will get the common number also. So we'll write it as it is like this. 104 into 96, 104 we can write as 100 plus 4, 96 we can write as 100 minus 4. So we get 100, 100, 4, 4 common values. Okay. So after observing this common value, one algebraic entity strike in our mind, that is x plus y, x minus y. So x is what? 100, y is what? 4. X is what? 100, y is what? 4. So x plus y, it means 100 plus 4. X minus y, it means 100 minus 4. So the formula says that it equals to what? X square minus y square. So x square minus y square means what is our x? 100. So 100 square minus y square. Y is what? 4. So 4 square. So it will come 100 square means 10,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. 100, 2 zeros are there. So when we are doing a square, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. It means 10,000 only. Minus 4 square, 16 only. So when we subtract 16 from 10,000, so how much it will come? It will come 9,984. Okay, if you add 16 in this one, so 10,000 only will come. So what answer came? 9,984. Now just check this option is given in the question or not. 9,984. Yes, 9,984. This is D part is given. Just pay attention. 9984, 9,984. The D part is our answer here. Okay. Now move to question number 9. What question number 9 says? Just pay attention here. If A is less than 0, if A is less than 0 and B is greater than 0, then the point A comma B lies in which quadrant? So here A less than 0 means that number is less than 0. It means, if you remember this one plane figure, okay, so in this one you can see that quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, at center 0 will come, right hand side plus positive numbers, and left hand side negative numbers. So they said the number is that A is less than 0. It means it is a negative number. It is a negative number. So we can write negative number. Okay, whatever it is, negative number. And then they are saying what? b is greater than 0. Greater than 0 means it is a positive number. Okay, then point a comma b. B is what? Positive number. So minus plus. What is the number here? Minus plus. So just tell a comma b. It means it is a, it is b, a comma b will lie in which quadrant? Now just check the quadrants here. Quadrant 1. All will come plus plus here. You know very well, I have explained this one already in the class. In this one, first minus x is there, then plus, minus plus will come here. Here what will come? Both are minus only. Minus minus will come quadrant. And the fourth quadrant, what is the sign? Plus comma minus. So these are quadrants symbols. Now after checking our number, because our number says that first that a part, a is what? Less than 0, it means minus, and b is greater than 0 means plus. So minus plus. Where minus plus will come? Just check. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So minus plus will come in second quadrant. Just check here. So it means our answer is what? Second quadrant. So where is second quadrant in answer? In B part. So this is our answer. Clear to you or not? So just try to understand the question, then you can find the answer easily. Question number 10. Points 4 comma minus 4, 3 comma minus 3, minus 6 comma minus 5 and 7 comma minus 2 will all lie in second quadrant? No. All lie in third quadrant? No. Then just check where? Just check the number. 4 comma minus 4, it means plus and minus. Okay, then second is what? Plus and minus. Okay, second one is also plus minus. Okay, so it is right till now, it is coming in fourth quadrant. Now just check last one. Minus minus now came minus minus, it should come in third quadrant. Then plus minus, again it should come in fourth quadrant. So 3 are coming in fourth quadrant, 1 is coming in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Now just options are given. What are the options? All lie in second. No, this is wrong. All lie in third quadrant. No, all can't lie because only one is lying in third quadrant. Do not lie in the same quadrant. Yes, it is correct. They all not lie in the same quadrant. And D part, all lie in the fourth quadrant. No, only 1, 2 and 3 lie in the fourth quadrant, not all. So what is the most appropriate answer? The most appropriate answer is what? That they do not lie in the same quadrant. So we can write C point. Okay, the C point is correct, that they do not lie in the same quadrant. Clear? So this is the answer of this 10th question. Now move to question number 11. The ordinate of every point on the x-axis. Now just let me revise you. Think that we have learned x comma y, where the numbers like coming like 2 comma 3. So in this way, this 2, that value of x is called abscissa. What called? Abscissa. Okay, and the value of y is called ordinate. What called? Ordinate. Or we can say coordinate of x and coordinate of y, or these are the name also. Abscissa, that means value of x, and ordinate means the value of y. Now come to the question. The ordinate of every point on the x-axis. If a point is coming on x-axis, just pay attention. If a point is coming on the x-axis, like if a point is coming on the x-axis, where is the x-axis? This is the x-axis. Okay, x-axis, and this is y-axis. Now this is x-axis. If any point, suppose that it is coming here, this point is coming, this is point A, is coming on x-axis. So what are the coordinate of this point? 4. Okay, what is the value of y here? Nothing. See, because it is coming 0 only. So 4 comma 0. Okay, now take one more point. We can take this point here, this 2. Okay, at this point, these all points are coming on x-axis only. Okay, because the condition is point should come on x-axis. So this point, what is the value of this point? Coordinate minus 2 comma 0. So we have seen either we can take on right hand side of x-axis or we can take left hand side of x-axis. Whenever we are taking values, so what is the value of y is coming? 0. Here also what is the value of y is 0. That is the reason that the points are coming on the line, that is on the x-axis. So in this case, the ordinate, the value of x, the value of y will always come as 0. So what is the answer of this question? The ordinate of every point on x-axis is 0. Okay, so those who have seen the videos in which I have explained in coordinate geometry, they can easily find this answer. Okay, question number 12. Which of the following points lies in the line y equals to 2x plus 3? Now they have given a us 4 options, 1 2 3 4. Out of these 4 options, which points satisfy this equation, y equal to 2x plus 3? Let's see. Y equals to 2x plus 3. This is the question. Okay, what are the options are given us? First option 4 comma 12. So it means 4 comma 12 they have given. It means this is the value of x, this is the value of y. So in place of x we should put 4. So 2 4s are 8. 8 plus 3 11. Okay, and what is the y value? 12 is there. So 2 into x means 2 into 4 plus 3. So what will come? 2 4s are 8. 8 plus 3 means 11. 11 is not equals to 12. This is not the correct answer. 2 comma 8. It means we have to put 2 in place of x. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 3 7. And 7 is not equals to 8. It is also wrong. Now fifth point. C part. 5 in place of x. So 2 5s are 10. 10 plus 3 13. 13 is equals to 15 because this is the value of x and y na. So y is what? 15. It is coming equal to 15. No, this is also not coming equal to 15. D part. In place of x 3. So 2 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 9. Just check the value of y. This is also 9. Just check again. 2 into x. X is what? 3. 2 3 is 6 plus 3 means 9. So it is coming 9 right hand side. What is the left hand side? Y. Y is what? 9. So LHS equal to RHS. So this equation part D, that is 3 comma 9 is satisfying this equation. Clear or not? So in this way we are doing fast. Okay, now question number 13. The area of triangle POQ having vertices 0 comma 4 0 comma 0 and 6 comma 0 is. Now we have to find the area of triangle. What is the formula for area of a triangle? Is half into base into height. Now question arises in the mind of students that, sir, if graph is not given, then how we can solve this question? No, without graph also you can solve this question, because what they have given, the area of triangle POQ. So roughly you can draw in your copy in the figure like this. You can draw a rough figure. Okay, x-axis, x dash and x-axis, and this is y-axis. Okay, you have drawn. Now what they are saying, just locate the points. Locate point first, a P point 0 comma 4. So P point 0 comma 4 means 0. This is y x-axis. The value of 0 is this one, x. 0 comma 4. Where is 4? This one. So it will lie here only. This point is showing what? Point P. Point P, that is 0 comma 4. Okay. Now O point is what? 0 comma 0. So it will lie here only. 0 comma 0. X. The value of x is also 0. The value of y is also 0. So this is the point which is O point. PO. And then what? Q point. What is the value of Q point here? 6 comma 0. So 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is 6 comma 0 means 0. It will lie here only. This point is showing what? 6 comma 0. It means this is the point Q. So we got POQ. P is O is here, okay, in the origin, and Q this one. Now what? We have to join these points because they are saying the area of triangle POQ. So area of triangle POQ. So we have to join this point. You can use the scale also. Okay. My line is not straight, but you can make a straight line here. This one, this way we have drawn a triangle. Okay. Yes, this triangle. Now we have to find the area of this triangle. So our formula for area of triangle POQ will be half into base into height. What is our base? Base is this one. This one is the base. Okay. So and how much it is? It is given 6 units. How much? 6 units base. And height is how much? At 4 point we got P point. So this is how much? 4. So 6 into 4. Now 2 3s are 6 and 3 4s are 12. So how much comes? 12 square unit, because we always write the area in square unit. So it comes 12 square unit. Just check first that we got our answer or not. 12 square. Yes, this is the A part only. So in this way we solve question number 13 also. Now move to question number 14. What is the question number 14? If 3 comma 0 is a solution of the linear equations 2x plus 3y equal to k, then the value of k is what? So how we can find? So in place of x we can put 3 and in place of y we can put 0, and then we can find the value of k. So let's find. In place of x 3 and in place of y 0 equals to k. 2 3 is 6, 3 0 is 0 equals to k. It means 6 equals to k, which means that the value of k is what? 6. What is the value of k? 6. Just check 6 is given in the question or not. Yes, 6 is given in C part. So C part is our answer. Now move to question number 15. If we express linear equation 2x plus 3y equals to 9.35, in which form? Ax plus by plus c equal to 0. then the value of C is, we have to find the value of C here. So we have written the equation like this, and now we have to move this 9.35 to this side. So it becomes minus 9.35 and equal to what left? 0 here, because now it comes in this equation only, ax plus by plus c form. So ax plus by plus what? C form equal to 0. Now they ask the value of c here. So what is the value of c here? Just find out value of c. The value of c is what? Minus 9.35. So just check, minus 9.35 is given in the question or not. 9.35 no, 2x no, 3x 3 no, minus 9.35. So D is our correct answer. So in this way we have find out the answer of these all questions. So I hope it is clear to you. Now you can solve the questions which comes in unit test first also. Okay, so in this way you can solve more questions from your book. So basically the all questions are come from the concept. Okay, so just pay attention on the concept, then you can solve the questions and learn all the algebraic entities also and formulas. Okay, thank you class. At last I just want to say, be safe and God bless you all.